Hey, Dan Passarelli here. How are you today? You feeling good? Um, I'm Dan Passarelli, and I'm really glad to be with you right here in this presentation, right now at this very moment. And I want to make sure that you can hear me and that you can find the questions box so that you can participate in today's training and get the most out of this as possible. That's the important thing, right? So please go to the questions box on the GoToWebinar control panel and type in what becoming a more successful trader means to you. Please go to the questions box right now and type in what becoming a more successful trader means to you. Hit that questions box right now. We want everyone participating here today. Aaron says more consistency. I love that. Aaron says more consistency. Theo says more opportunities. Excellent. Someone named New Contact. We don't have your name in there. I think you can type it in there if you don't want to just be called New, but says more confidence. And somebody's great in North Carolina. Life will be better. Yes. That's excellent. Georgia says more consistency. Very good answer. I love it. So today, Ricky says more self-sufficiency. Yeah, that's really important, isn't it? It's important to not have to rely on anyone. And to me, that's what trading's largely about, is becoming self-sufficient. I love that, Ricky. So today I'm going to share with you how to easily spot high profit momentum trade opportunities using stocks, ETFs, options, futures, even Forex, so that your trading is completely simplified using this easy tested evolved trading system that we've created for our traders. And I'm honored to have this opportunity to speak with you about this key way that I've simplified my trading. It's the easiest, most straightforward system that Market Taker has created, and it works in any market condition, up or down markets. And I'm really excited to share it today. Now, before we get started, I need to point out options are not for everyone. You should read characteristics and risks of standardized options before trading. Get a copy of that by emailing investorservices@theocc.com. Momentum trades are a totally classic trade. Thousands of traders have collectively made billions of dollars trading momentum trades over the years. And the beauty of it is the concept behind it is easy. All you have to do is identify the setup, see when the trade triggers, get a confirmation, and set a target. At the end of this presentation, you will be able to easily identify this specific momentum system. So I was listening to a podcast not long ago, and they were talking about the difference between mindset and skill set. Yeah, you ever think about this? Both are important. Henry Ford once said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. And there's something to that, isn't there? So I thought, how can I make one of those things, mindset or skill set, really simple? How can I do a lot of the work for you so that you don't have to focus on both of these things at the same time? So I put it into the only one of those things that I can pretty much do entirely for you. I can do the skill set for you. I put this into a system that if you follow along, you don't really actually need much skill at all. The skill part's built right in. So now all you have to do to move forward in reaching your trading goals is literally just to think you can. This is my promise to you. I'm going to share with you how to easily spot high profit momentum trade opportunities using stocks, ETFs, options, futures, or even Forex, so that your trading is completely simplified using this tested, evolved trading system that we've created for our traders that hundreds of our students have used to go from that demoralized feeling, we've all felt it sometime, to that feeling of satisfaction and self-assurance that we all know is possible. And at the end of this presentation, I'll share how you can take the next step so that you can start getting immediate results. What do you say? Is that a fair deal? Hit that questions box. Don't be afraid to participate here. I would like to know. That sound like a pretty fair deal to you? I mean, I kind of feel like it might be, right? Hit that questions box. Theo says yes, exclamation. Aaron says absolutely. Georgia says yes. Andrew says yes. Inga says yes. Yeah, all good? Excellent. Now, in order for you to get the most out of this, I ask that throughout this training and afterwards, make this about you. Consider turning off your cell phone, close Facebook, all your tabs, shut the door of the room you're in, and let yourself get immersed in what I am about to share. Let it become part of you. Let it in. And be sure to stay till the end of the training. The most important things I'll share come later. And to keep the focus, I'm going to hold all questions. If you have a question, please write it down and I will get to it, I promise. So that said, let's keep it positive and let's have some fun. Yeah. This gives you an idea of who I am, what I do, some of the organizations I've worked with. I wrote 2 of the most popular books on option trading. I've worked with every major options broker in the US and abroad, as well as pretty much all the options exchanges in the world as well. And I get to be on TV a lot, which is kind of fun. I got my start trading down on the floor of the Chicago Board Options Exchange. I traded there for years. These pictures literally span 25 years of being involved with the trading floor. Isn't that crazy? I traded some huge stocks like the Ford Motor Company, AT&T, Carnival Cruise Lines, and traded some little ones that no one's ever heard of. And I'm going to let you in on a little secret here. The little stocks that no one's ever heard of is really, that's where you make the big money, when you know about the opportunities that no one else does. Now I want to jump into a new discovery that I made. Does anyone know what this formula is? Anyone? No? Well, good, because we're not going to talk about it again during this presentation. We don't need to, and here's why. I have an extensive background in trading, but the fact is I am no mathematical genius, and I'm the first to admit it. And this is how you know that I love and trust you. Anyone who's willing to put an embarrassing picture of themselves from when they were 16 years old into a professional training seminar is definitely either really weird or has some humility, I guess. But at least you know I'm being straight with you here. But I think it's an important part of the story. So would you mind if I share a pretty funny personal story with you? Or actually, would it be okay? Would it be okay if I share a personal story with you? Let's see here. Theo says, please. Andrew says yes. Aaron says, go ahead. Georgia says yes. All right. Good, good, good. We love participation here. I love that. Okay, so those of you who know me, you know that, I'm a nice guy. I'd help anyone with anything. But man, when I was a kid, I was like a little bit of just a little punk sometimes. Seriously, I mean, I got good grades. I didn't really have to study usually. But this is a story about a time that I should have. In my senior year of high school, in my advanced math class, instead of paying attention to the lecture, I and a few other kids would play poker during class. And the teacher was older and either couldn't hear very well or just didn't care anymore. But that's like all we did all hour long, the whole class. And man, I made a lot of money in that class. It was great. But the problem is, with math, it builds. If you miss something this week, you're lost next week and you're hopeless the week after that. So needless to say, I didn't learn a lot of advanced algebra concepts that year. I crammed, I passed, but yeah, probably didn't learn very much. So fast forward freshman year of college, and I had to take an algebra refresher. That's kind of embarrassing. I always prided myself as being smart, and algebra is not that tough, but I had to take a refresher. Now, one thing you may not know about me is that I was actually the first Passarelli to graduate college. That's right. And I almost wasn't. Here's where the story gets a little interesting. Now, I am a competitive kind of guy, mind you. So sophomore year of college, my cousin Michael Passarelli, who is 1 year younger than me, was in my calculus class. Calculus. I was very intimidated by calculus. I was afraid that I would struggle, but more importantly, I knew that if I failed the class and had to retake it, my cousin Michael would be a credit ahead of me, and maybe, just maybe, he would end up graduating before me. And there was absolutely no chance that I was going to let this happen. So I put on my A game. I was ready to work as hard as I could to win. And I'm going to guess that there are some of you here who can relate to that, right? Will you do what you need to win? Sure, right? Put in the effort to succeed? Yeah. Well, me too. But there was one factor that came into play that was a saving grace. I had a great teacher, one that I could relate to. He made it easy for me to learn, and I did. I ended up acing calculus and had the honor of being the first in my extended family to graduate college. Thank you very much. So like I said, no mathematical genius by nature, but I've spent a lot of time in option trading, over 30 years. And I do whatever it takes to create great trading systems for myself and for you too. So I studied the math of things like relative strength index to see how they tick. And I realized there's some hidden keys within these equations that can predict when momentum will continue. So now I'm going to share that hack with you. So the concept of RSI, the relative strength index, is that it weighs the up strength in a trend versus the down strength. And the uses of it, if there's too much up strength, it can lead to an overbought situation, which can lead to a reversal. So there's a little hack. There are certain patterns that in candlesticks in the stock chart that can prevent momentum from burning out and lead to that continuation, to further continuation. Now, discovering this specific pattern, it was not a fast process, and it wasn't easy. It took me years until I evolved the system, and my results proved that I had a winning strategy. And we continue to improve upon this. I put in the investment for myself and for you, because now it is finally time for me to share it with you. So this is what is called the red knockout system. This is what I'm going to share with you today. It's a momentum trading strategy that can lead to outsized profits. It's a simple 4-part chart pattern, very easy to identify, and the profit targets are easily set. We can use the red knockout system with options, with shares of stock, with ETFs, indexes, futures, Forex, with anything that we can get a chart on. Let me start out by listing the steps in the red knockout system, and then we'll zoom in and we'll go through some examples. So this is important. Write this down now. So step 1 is the setup candles. That is 3 or more green candles that make up what is called the green run. Step 2 is the red knockout, or the RKO candle itself. That's a red candle with a smaller body than any of the previous 3 green candles. Step 3 is what is known as the trigger candle. That is a green candle that takes out the high of the red candle's high on higher volume. And then step 4 is the confirmation candle, which is a candle that opens above the high of the RKO candle, and that is the one that signals trade entry. So let's break this strategy down step by step, and let's go through how it works. Okay, what is step 1? Do you remember? That's right, it's the setup candles, which we may also call the green run. So that is 3 or more consecutive green up day candles. And note, there's a difference between a green candle and an up day candle. They can be different or they can be the same. A green candle means that it's up from the open, and an up day means it's up from yesterday's close. A subtle but important difference. So for the setup candles to comply with the trading rules we set here, they have to be both green and up day candles. Okay, who remembers what step 2 is? Yeah, anybody remember what step 2 is? It's the red knockout candle, also known as the RKO. That is a red candle immediately following the green run with a smaller body than each of the previous green candles, as you see here. So a red candle means what? Well, if a green candle means it's up from the open, a red candle means it's down from the open. Okay? Step 3, who knows what step 3 is? Here's what step 3 is. It's the trigger candle. That is a green candle that takes out the high of the RKO. What do I mean by that? Takes out the high. It means that in some point during the day, it trades above the high of the RKO. It could open below it. It could open above it, but it's got to close higher than it opened, and it's got to trade at some point above the high of the RKO. And then finally, we have step 4, the confirmation candle. That's a candle that opens anywhere above the high of the RKO, and that one signals trade entry, and we're ready to go. So that's a simple 4-part system. That's pretty easy, right? Now let me ask you, is this something that you could see yourself moving and using? And I want everyone to participate in this, please. Is this something you could see yourself using? Yes, if you could see yourself using these big momentum trades as part of your trading strategy, type the word Big Mo, B-I-G-M-O, into the questions box right now. Please do that right now. If you could see yourself using this big momentum strategy, please type in the word Big Mo, B-I-G-M-O. Bobby says Big Mo. Rick says Big Mo. Theo says Big Mo. Steven says Big Mo. Brian says Big Mo. Newt says Big Mo. Georgia says Big Mo. Did I say Theo already? George says Big Mo. All right, you guys are awesome. Anyone else? Can you see yourself using this system? Type B-I-G-M-O, Big Mo, short for big momentum, into the questions box right now. Let's do it right now. Excellent. Inga says Big Mo. Nathan says Big Mo. Bill says Big Mo. Good. Okay. So speaking of which, this is Altria. Stock symbol, incidentally, MO. If we have a red knockout setup, what's the first step that we look for? Let's see if you're getting this. Are you getting this? It's the setup candles. The setup candles are 3 or more green update candles in a row. Do you see that on this chart anywhere? Look right here. See that? Here's the first of 4 green setup candles. See that? We've got this one, and then the next one is higher and it's green, the next one's higher and it's green, and then the 4th one is here and it's still higher. So we'll call that the green run. That establishes, what this does is it establishes that the trade is setting up. Okay, so now what is step 2, do you remember? The red knockout candle right there, or the RKO. You getting this? Getting RKO? Good. If a red knockout candle shows up on the chart, it's very easy to identify, and it means that the setup might be materializing. The RKO is a small-bodied candle, smaller body than each of the green setup candles, that could open higher or lower. But the key is that it's down from the open, and thus it's red. Step 3 is the trigger candle right there, shown by the yellow arrow that I just added. The trigger candle is what triggers the trade, and that triggers that it is indeed setting up and that you're getting ready to time your entry. We call this the trigger candle, and it's sort of like when a marksman is all set to fire upon a target and gets his or her finger on the trigger ready to take the shot, right? And then finally, step 4 is the confirmation candle, and that means that the trade setup is confirmed. It's a green arrow. Green means go, fire away. Okay, so now let's slow it down a bit. Let's go over the roles of each of the 4 components of this setup. So first, there are the setup candles that make up the green run. So this is what sets up a mini trend, okay? So what is a trend? A trend is when, you know, we've got that momentum occurring. And we see that these are all up days, they're all up from the open. Like we've got that momentum building. And think about it. Like, why do we have up days? Why does the stock go up? As they say, there's more buyers than sellers. So we have literal demand of humans making decisions based on models that is pushing the stock price higher. But in any trend, if we don't want the trend to burn itself out and for that RSI to, you know, to signal overbought, like there's got to be a pullback, there's got to be a breather. And that is what is important about the red knockout candle itself. It just gives that little breather, and it gives people who missed getting in on day 1 or day 2 or day 3, it gives them that opportunity to get back into the trade and keep that momentum going. And then if this next candle is green and it trades above the high of the RKO, well, that triggers that this trade is setting up and that the momentum is continuing. And so then we want to make sure that the momentum is actually continuing. So we don't just wait for the trigger candle. We want to confirm that the momentum is continuing. So that's what the confirmation candle is about. And then it's 1, 2, 3, go. Now, when I worked on improving what criteria to use for the setup candles, the red knockout candle, the trigger candle, and the confirmation candle, like I spent a lot of time on it. And it was a really great and humbling experience. And it reminded me of my old boss, Steve Fawcett. So you see 2 people here, right? The one, of course, on the left is, who's that? Who's on the left here? Who is that? Anybody know who that is on the left? Anybody see this gentleman before? Stapleton, no, it is not. You guys don't know who this is. There we go. Aaron says Richard Branson. That is the correct answer. That's Sir Richard Branson to you, by the way. Norbert says that as well, as does Georgia. Okay, good. All right. So yes, so that is Sir Richard Branson. And the other person on the right, that is Steve Fawcett. Those of you who don't know Steve Fawcett, the late Steve Fawcett, he was not only a famous trader, but also a famous adventurer. And he held many world records. He attempted to set one by flying around the world in a hot air balloon with Sir Richard Branson, which is why they're pictured here together. So I remember one day when I was working for Steve, Steve took all of his traders, including me, out to dinner. And there were about 45 of us. And so after dinner, he asked us this question. He said, why do you trade? And it's not like the money or whatever. It's not. The real reason why do you trade? As floor traders, like standing all day, your feet hurt at the end of the day, your back hurts, there are people yelling in your ear, getting their spit on you when they yell. Why do you do it? Why do you trade? What's the real reason? Is it to have more freedom to do the hobbies that you like, or to secure your retirement, or to put your kids through college? Why? And that stuck with me. So I ask you the same question. So hit that questions box. What is your reason for trading? Please share in the questions box, because I want to know. Like, I think this is a very good question. What is your reason for trading? It's not just to make money. I mean, what do you like? Money gives you freedom to do things, right? What is your reason for trading? Aaron, with 2 A's here, we got 2 Aarons here, it looks like, says that to play frisbee golf. Okay, that's cool, man. It can give you more time, right? Especially if you really dial in a system and get it down so that you don't have to spend all day being tied to your computer. Bill says to leave the rat race, which is awesome. Stapleton says to work for myself, to have enough money to take care of my needs, which is awesome. Rick says to replace the 9 to 5. Georgia says to give to my grandkids. That's cool. That's a great motivation. Like, all these are great. And you know what? Whatever your motivation is, it's a great motivation. Trading is a tool, right? A tool to help you make your life better, to do the things that you want to do and have the freedom to do those things. So Steve was a great mentor. Without having him in my life coaching me, I could not become the trader that I am today. But there was one thing that Steve was known for saying. You know what that is? He said, I am still learning. When I first met Steve, he was already a gazillionaire, super successful trader, but he was always tweaking his process. He was always learning, always moving forward, always making his trading better for himself and for his traders. And I'm thankful for that, because I was one of his traders, but he kept improving. So I also started the process of improving the exit point. So here's how that works. Setting these price targets is really easy. So here's how the price target for the exit point is calculated. So what we're looking for is a repeat of the green run. Like, the RKO candle is sort of this pivot point. It's like the fulcrum on a teeter-totter or something. We've got the green run before that, and then after the red knockout candle, we look for it to repeat that same size of that move. So we take the low of the first green setup candle and subtract that from the high of the last green setup candle. We take that sum and multiply it times the haircut, which is a percentage that could be anywhere between 70% of that run if we want to be conservative and just lock in more winners. Or if we see an aggressive move setting up, and I'm going to share with you some things that make this an even stronger signal in just a second, you know, it can be 100% of that move, or even 110% or 120%. So we're going to add that value, the sum of the green run multiplied times the haircut, added to the high of the RKO candle. Now let's examine how this might work. What's our first step? Do you remember? We find the range of the green run, right? So we start here. We take the low of this 3 candle green run, which is $40.74. And we subtract it from here, the high of the green run, which is $43.09. So $43.09 minus $40.74 is $2.35. So we expect that move, a $2.35 range, to repeat itself. But maybe in this case, we want to be conservative, so we have a better likelihood of locking in a win. So here, maybe we go for a smaller amount by multiplying that number times what I call the haircut. So in this case, it's 235 times the haircut, which in this case we'll say is 90%. So that comes out to a $2.12 move. So on this trade, we're trying to capture 90% of that green run move. We're trying to capture the run up of $2.12 above the high of the RKO candle, which is $43.33. So 212 plus 433 is $45.45. That's our target price for the stock. When the stock hits 45.45, we want to close the trade and take our profits. Our system triggers the trade on the open of the confirmation candle day. On this day, a trader trading the stock could have bought the stock paying $44.22 and 2 days later close it at $45.45 for a profit of $1.21 or 2.7% in less than 3 days. So a stock trader trading 100 shares could have easily added $121 to his or her account. Trading 200 shares, that'd be $242, and that'd be $605 on 500 shares. Also, $1,210 if you trade 1,000 shares. Now again, 2.7% in 3 days, right? If we were to annualize that, I mean, that comes out to a 324% annualized return. That said, there are other examples and ways of trading this, and we have to consider the risk as well. So let's look at another example. This is OIH. So first of all, is there an RKO setup here anywhere on the chart? Do you see one? Nice work. It starts right there and it ends right there, right? So then you get your red knockout, which is followed by the trigger candle and then finally the confirmation candle. So the rules stipulate to enter the trade near the open on the confirmation day, which is here at $2 or $276.34. Okay, so now let's talk about the exit. There is some freedom to choose your exit. Now I know some of you are aggressive traders, so many people will choose areas based on certain things like resistance or like oscillators, you know, different indicators and such. For the RKO, we can use something even better. So this is a chart pattern that's related to, it's different from, but it's related to relative strength. So let's add the RSI to the bottom of this chart. This is a technique for more advanced traders. So the RSI shown as an indicator at the bottom of the chart here, okay? So this line here is how strong the momentum is, okay? One tip on reading RSI is if the line is above the yellow 70 band here, that signals that the stock is overbought. And then the RSI line, it turns red, okay? So the stock can exist in overbought territory for a while, but when it loses strength, it turns down, and that's an indication to sell. So if you look closely here, okay, if you look closely here, you see that this is where the overbought signal starts to weaken a little bit, right? And it ends up being a nice place to take the profits. So this trader could sell here at 305 and could have made $28.64 a share. So trading 100 shares could have brought in $2,864. Bigger traders who might trade, say, 500 shares could have made like $14,320 on this trade. So there are a couple of things that we need to think about here. As a trader, we always want to make as much as possible on every single trade and lose as little as we can. So let's talk about how to make bigger profits when we see examples like this. So as we watch the RSI rising and the strength continuing, we actually want to let it run and stay in the trade as long as we can. Now again, the haircut measures a percentage of the green run. So in this case, because the strength continued, this trader like could have actually made almost 2 times the range before, you know, like 2 times the range of the green setup. So here's the range before the red knockout right here. And then after the range, it's like twice that amount. We can, so like we can actually adjust the haircut. So then using RSI and other indicators that I'll share later in conjunction with the RKO is super, super helpful. And we'll talk more about that later. So now that was a trade in which traders with more risk tolerance could have done like really well if you found it on time. But I wouldn't be doing my job if I just talked about the big wins that are possible. I want you to be successful in trading the red knockout, and I bet you do too, right? So now I want to share with you what to do when the pattern doesn't continue so that you can protect yourself. So this is very simple risk management. Immediately after buying the stock, we set a profit-taking GTC order with a possible stop loss GTC, and we do that OCO. One cancels the other. So if I get filled on one, it cancels the other, so I don't get double filled. And it ends up just being a system. We work the system, and the system works, right? You ever hear that before? Work the system works. And if you're not familiar, by the way, with some of these terms or exactly how to do some of these things, later I'll share how you can learn how to do all this and make like setting your targets, the whole thing, super, super easy. I want you to leave here today with all the tools that you need to be massively successful with this. And I bet you do too, right? Would you like me to share with you what we've discovered makes RKO trades even better? Yes? Would you like me to share what makes trading RKO trades even better? Yeah? Type Big Mo, BIGMO, in the questions box if this is what you want, if you want to really be able to make this work. Type Big Mo, BIGMO, in the questions box. All right. Bill says Big Mo. And Kevin says Big Mo. Stapleton, Big Mo, Big Mo. Excellent. All right, you guys are awesome. So new contact, Big Mo, let's go. Yeah, I love it. I love it. So let's look at NVS, Novartis. It's an ADR. So this is not one that shows up on a lot of watch lists, but it ended up being a massively successful one. So here's the green run right there. Then your red knockout. Again, why is it called the red knockout? Because in any trend, there's a pullback. And in this case, it's just a mini pullback, just enough to enable traders who miss the green run to get in and provide some sort of follow through. So the red candle just, basically we call it the red knockout because it gets knocked out of the pattern. And then we look for the continuation. So that's just what we get, the trigger candle, and then finally the confirmation candle. So the rules stipulate to enter the trade on the open on the confirmation day. Okay, now we could be a little more aggressive and open it on the yellow candle on the trigger day, but like we want to be conservative, right? What's the thing in trading? We lose little, so we only take trades that are really set up well and maximize our profits, right? But you might notice something that you saw in one of the other charts, and you don't see this all the time, but when you do, we found that it makes these trades more profitable. And it always starts with the RKO pattern. Finding them is the most important thing. A lot of times they're hard to find, not on a chart that like might typically hit your radar, like this one, right? Like you're probably not flipping through this chart on a daily basis, but look, see how the pattern crosses through the 20-day and the 50-day moving averages, when any part of this pattern crosses through any of the 3 moving averages, which are the 20-day, 50-day, and 200-day moving averages, that makes this even better. Another thing, see right here how the stock is falling, and right before right here where the stock is falling, right before this pattern starts, well, that also tends to lead to a stronger signal. When we get this falling and then the pattern starts and it goes through the 20-day, the 50-day moving averages, like this leads to a stronger trade, and that's why it's no wonder why this one really played out pretty strongly. And like I said, if any of these terms are new to you, I'm going to share a way to make all this really easy in just a few minutes here. So, yeah, okay. Now there are literally hundreds of examples. Look at SCPL or SciPlay Corporation. And I'm probably not pronouncing this one correctly. I have no idea what they do. And honestly, I don't care what they do, to tell you the truth. This is all about the pattern and following the system. Like, that is where the value is. When these show up and when you can find one, you just follow the steps. Now, this is an interesting one. And following this management technique I developed, like, it enables traders to give this one like a lot of room to profit. So you have this here, our red knockout right there, and then here's the trigger candle, and we wait one more day, get the confirmation, and get in on the open. So now, as you can see, this one ran through all 3 major moving averages at different stages, getting a lift each time. So when the trader first sets up the haircut, and we recommend between 90% and 110% haircut, so that's 90% of the range of the trend before RKO, the green run, or up to 110%. But notice the RSI at the bottom. As long as that is rising, a trader can adjust the haircut to let the profits keep coming in. Once it gets into the red overbought area, we'll finalize the haircut, which in this case, we ended up setting at 180% of the original green run for just massive profit potential. If this trader bought on the open when he or she was alerted to the confirmation candle and bought the stock at $12.36 and sold at 180% of the haircut at $13.99, the trader could have made $1.63 on that $12 investment. So that's 13% in 20 trading days. Okay, I mean, not bad. So a month. So that's an annualized return of 150%. So on 130 or on 100 shares, that's 163 bucks. On 500 shares, that's 815. And bigger traders trading like 1,000 shares, you know, they could have brought in 1,630 bucks. And of course, the system dictates setting stops to protect against losses as well. So now let's talk about how a trader might trade the red knockout with options, right? Maybe you're an option trader. So this is Honeywell, symbol HON. So here we have a nice healthy green run, right? And it follows a falling stock pattern too, by the way. Then we have the RKO, and then we have the confirmation candle. And then using just a simple 110% haircut, the price target is set at 207.63. So this is the easiest approach to setting the price target and what I recommend for RKO new RKO traders. And we can easily set it. So this is what it looks like when I run my scanner, right? So how, like the target just shows up right there on the chart. So how do we use options? Well, on confirmation day, it's 1, 2, 3, go, right? What do? You take action. But instead of buying the stock, it's the option. So here on confirmation day, a trader could have bought the November 18th 200 strike calls at around $4. And 5 days later, could have sold those calls at $8.90 for a $4.90 profit, or 122% on the options in 5 days. And that's why this works out nicely for option trade. I'm an option trader, right? Maybe you are too. You can get more leverage and more protection than with just trading the stock. So even like on a one lot trader could have added $490 to his or her account. Someone who an option trader typically trades 5 lots could have made $2,450. For 10 lot traders, that could have been $4,900. The RKO indicator works on all time frames. So if you're a day trader, this works for day traders. It works for swing traders. It works for short-term traders. This even works for long-term investors. By now, we've covered quite a bit. Have you found today helpful? I mean, you're here to move forward with your trading. Like you invested your time today. Do you think that your time investment was well spent? Yeah. Do you think that you can use what you've learned today to grow your portfolio and provide you and your family with a better quality of life? And maybe you need a little bit of help. I'll tell you about that in a second. I'll tell you what. Hit that questions box again. Would you like to get these results fast, even faster? Do you want to get even bigger results? Hit that questions box. Give me a big old yes. And especially, is it okay if I share with you a way to go even deeper, to get bigger results even faster? Would that be okay? Stapleton says yes. George says yes. Aaron with 2 A's says yes. What about the other Aaron? Do you say yes? Georgia says yes. Bill says yes. Theo says yes. Brian says yes. Inga says yes. All right, excellent. So in summary, there are a few important takeaways. Momentum trades can yield outsized profits. And this is a time-tested system. So we have the setup candles, the red knockout candles, the trigger candles, the confirmation candle, the price target. It's easy, right? But there is a problem. There are 6,366 stocks that you can trade. If it takes you, say, 45 seconds to pull up a chart and spot an RKO setup, it would take you 80 hours a day to go through all the potential opportunities out there. And that's only looking at one time frame. You don't like missing opportunities in trading, do you? I hope not, because that's how trading works, right? There's got to be a better way, right? And I bet you know that. You wouldn't be here right now if there wasn't a better way. So are you ready for it? The RKO trading system is officially here. Over the past couple of years, I've created both a scanner that would easily identify RKO trades, as well as an indicator that displays the pattern right on the chart along with the price target. We wanted to make it so simple it's impossible to mess up. So first, who is this not for? It's not for people looking for a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not that kind of thing. It's about having more consistency. And it's not for people who love spending hours and hours going through thousands and thousands of charts to hopefully, fingers crossed, find a halfway decent trade. This is the fast track because your time is valuable. This is also not for wishy-washy procrastinators. And I know that's not you. You're here investing your time. You want to move forward today, right? Who is this for? This is for you. If you want your trading to be easier and less time consuming, this is for you. if either you're new to options and you want a simple, easy to follow system, or you're experienced and want to increase your number of trade candidates without spending any more time, spending less time, this is for you. If you can follow a simple system and if you're willing to invest in yourself, because you now have a new opportunity to easily scan for top momentum trades you wouldn't be able to find without this screener. How to easily visualize when an RKO trade is set up and when to enter the trade and where the price target is. With over 6,000 stocks out there, look, I mean, it is almost impossible to just happen to come across one of these trade setups. I tried. I can't do it. There's not enough hours in a day. But with this easy to use 3-step scanner, it makes it possible because I've made the investment for myself and for you. You see, look, I know what it's like to struggle as a trader in the market. I've had the pleasure of training thousands of traders, and I wanted to develop a scanner that made it very easy and just simple to find profitable trades with great potential. And even for myself, before creating the RKO system, I'd come across one of these setups maybe once every 6 months. Like, I would miss so many opportunities. But finally, I've invested both time and money to develop this simple, easy to use scanner that you can harness in just 3 easy steps. Imagine what your trading account would look like if you could just sit in front of your charting software and have a powerful trading tool that identifies both trade entry and exit points in just seconds. Imagine if you could block out all the noise in the market and only focus on trades that have been identified for you. What would that mean to your trading business? Well, that's exactly what the RKO scanner does for you. And look, these are some examples of both entries and exits identified by the RKO screener and displayed by the RKO indicator. So on the left are the stock trades, on the right are option trades. On February 15th in LMND, a stock trader could have bought the stock at $15.43, sold it 12 days later at $21.09. That's a 36.7% profit in just 12 days. On March 25th in VFF, a stock trader could have bought the stock at just $1.04. Like, that's why this works really great on stock trades with low dollar stocks, right? Better than options in some ways. Could have bought it at $1.04 and sold it at up to $1.54, locking in a 48.1% profit in just 8 days. In the options, in XLE, on March 14th, a trader could have bought the April 91 calls at $1.82 and sold them 12 days later at $3.45 for an 89.6% profit. And that's just hitting the haircut profit target that was set. If the trader held on to this trade for longer, or even took half the profits at the initial profit target, which, by the way, on a 5 lot, which would have been $115, just hitting the profit target. But if the trader would have held on to this longer, or even half of it longer, and let it run until April 2nd, the profit could have been over 164.8%, or the trader could have made $1,500 on that same 5 lot. Now, even if you make, say, 3 of these trades a week, and your results are half as good, how much impact can this have on you and your family's financial future? So start getting the results that you deserve. This is Nick. Our head coach, John, who's a brilliant guy, ex-Goldman guy. John and I shared with Nick what we were thinking on RKO. Nick was the first human ever to see the RKO. And in fact, he was extremely instrumental in helping us. So Nick said, using scanners, in particular the RKO daily scanner, helps me find trades when I'm busy or might not be fully locked in the market. I run the scanner, do the checks, and decide to take the trade or move on. It only takes a few minutes, and it helps me find the best trades consistently. I want to invite you to join us and start using the RKO scanner right away. So first, today, you're going to get the red knockout scanner. So every day you'll be able to have a list of all the RKO trades available in the market. This simple scanner searches the universe of over 6,000 stocks for the setup and makes it possible to find trades that you would never have access to without it. This is my easy to use scanner that also helps you identify trade entry and exit points, so you'll never have to second guess yourself in the market again. But I want to make sure that this works for every single person in this training. So I'm going to give you a handful of support bonuses to make sure that you have everything you need to make this work. For you to profit with the RKO system, I need you to know how it works. So I created a video training course that shows you step by step exactly how to install this on your platform, how and why the RKO system works, how to set up the trades, the filters and cross scans to optimize the strategy, and of course, targets and trade management and how to automate them. So what this means is first you're going to get the red knockout scanner today and the RKO accelerator video course to get you up and running with the scanner right away. Now I can put the tools in your hand, I can tell you how to use them, but I know for me, I learn faster when someone shows me exactly how to do it. So the best thing that I can do for you is give you hands-on training. Every Friday for the next year, one full year, you're going to attend the online live group coaching class and watch John Kamisik set up RKO and other trades right there while you watch. John is a former Goldman Sachs guy. He's worked with First Options of Chicago, Lind Waldock, traded for a hedge fund, and he is the expert on the red knockout. In fact, he helped me develop it. He's just the kind of person that you want to listen to. This is the first time that we're making this class available as a weekly option. But I wanted to make sure you hit the ground running and get the hands-on training to start getting immediate results. So this is what Dennis Meixel from East Peoria, Illinois said. He said, "Thanks, great class. Exactly what I was looking for. The class gave me a lot of insight into options and the Greeks. I'm a fairly new trader, but I've been putting in the work to improve my skills forward, to move my skills forward." So, I mean, look, think about it. How would it feel to have top picks selected every day from John Kamisik, a former Goldman Sachs guy, giving you the hands-on training in exactly how to use it? How would that feel? So what this means is today you're going to get the red knockout scanner, you're going to get the RKO accelerator video course, and you're going to get hands-on training every Friday with group coaching. This is a $5,274 valued package. Do you mind if I over deliver? What I really want is for you to make as much money as possible trading RKO, and I imagine you do too. So every day, we're going to rank the day's RKO trades and list them out and give you our top RKO picks so you can see what we're thinking are the best of the best. This is the RKO watch list, and it's a $1,297 value. Plus, John will add a bonus trade every day from his daily group coaching class, so you can diversify your trading and get all of the top trades of the day by simply clicking one link to access your curated watch list. So what this means is today you're going to get the red knockout scanner, you're going to get up and running with the accelerator video course, you're going to get hands-on training, and you're going to get what we think are the best of these trades. You can cherry pick just the best ones. And finally, this completes everything you need to make the RKO simple to trade. With the RKO indicator, we put the arrows right on your charts to show you the trigger candle, the confirmation candle, even the exit price, so that all the information is laid out for you. This could not be easier. So what this means is you're going to get the red knockout scanner, the accelerator video course, the group coaching, the watch list, and we're just going to put it all right on the charts to make it completely simple. Plus, you're going to get updates every time we optimize the strategy to make it better for a full year. This is a $7,541 value. RKO works on the following platforms: Thinkorswim, NinjaTrader, TradeStation, TradingView, Metastock, even Wealth Charts. So now you may have noticed the red knockouts trades, like they were all when the stock is rising. And for that reason, these tend to work better in bullish markets. We've been seeing a lot of great ones lately, including just today. But the market doesn't always go up, and not all stocks always go up. In fact, some can have some pretty bearish moves, obviously, right? So I've created the green knockout to double your chances of success. This stock, CANO, had a really nice green knockout play. What a nice little needle in the haystack trade to get alerted to, huh? Falling stocks can make you money too when you know what to look for. So now you can trade in any market condition, up or down, with the power of both the red knockout and the green knockout. So today you're going to get both of them. So you'll have all the tools you need to trade in any market condition, up or down. So you're going to get the scanner. You're going to get the accelerator video course. You're going to get the hands-on training. You're going to get the watch list. You're going to get the indicator right on your chart. And you're going to get all of this stuff also for the green knockout. Buy now. You can see why the RKO trading system is a steal even at the full value of $10,041. If all this did for you was identify trades that had like profit targets of 182% or 25.1%, you know, like we talked about, like, or whatever, like the question you need to ask yourself is, would this be worth it? Yes, right? But you're not going to pay $10,041 today because you've made the investment of being here live on this training, for being of like all the millions of things you could otherwise be doing, and being one of my action takers today. I want to give you the results that you deserve. Get started today for a one-time small, easy investment of only $997 by going to markettaker.com/RKO. 123 go. That's market, like stock market, taker, like take what is rightfully yours, 2 T's in a row, markettaker.com/RKO right now. But to get all these bonuses, including the green knockout, to maximize your chance in any market conditions, I need you to be one of the first 25 new members right now. So you have to take massive action, and you do that by going to markettaker.com/RKO now. So just to recap one more time, when you open your browser and go to markettaker.com/RKO and get started today, you're going to get access to the red knockout scanner that's going to identify trades with the entry and exit points. On top of that, when you're one of the first 25, you're going to get instant access to the RKO Accelerator video course to get you up and running right away. You're also going to get access to the weekly group coaching to give you that hands-on training to go live in the market together. You can see exactly what me and my team, especially John, use for the scanner to generate profits in the market. You'll also get access to the RKO watch list with our top picks of the best trades that John and I are looking to trade with the scanner ourselves. This way, you have the best opportunity to generate profits from the scanner by following the exact trades that I'm looking to place. Further, when you open your browser and type in markettaker.com/RKO and lock in your RKO traders package, you will also get the RKO indicator itself. This way, while we're coaching you live in the market each week, giving you access to my top watch list that you'll have access to with this powerful indicator 24/7 across multiple markets, to take full advantage of this great, easy to using indicator, right? Now, also, as we run more tests and more tweaks as the RKO continues to evolve and we get it performing even better. You will get automatic updates for a full year to both the scanner and the RKO indicator. Now, lastly, when you join us right now, you'll be one of the first to trade the green knockout. You will have the confidence of knowing that you can trade any market up or down, but you have to take action today and be one of the first 25 new members right now. Whew. Now, I have been, before I do anything, let me welcome some of our new people who just joined us right now. Welcome and congratulations to William from Diamonddale, somewhere in the United States. I'm not sure what city this is. Welcome and congratulations to Aaron from, not even in the United States, Aaron from Manchester in the UK. Welcome, congratulations. Welcome, congratulations to Theo from Akron, Ohio. Welcome and congratulations to Georgia from Fairfax, Virginia. Like all of you just joined us right now. Oh, by the way, those of you who did just join us right now, please go and check your email and make sure that you got a username and password. We email that automatically. If you don't see it, check your junk or spam folder. Okay, we just had a couple more people here. Welcome Nathan, welcome Eduardo, welcome Stephen, welcome Ashley, congratulations. Whew. Now I'll tell you what, I've been talking for about 50 minutes. I am gonna type here to get an update from our team here to see how many of those 25 spots are left. Give me 15 seconds. Let me type into my team here to see how many spots are left of 25. Okay, they should get back. We've got 12 spots left. We're halfway to filling up. We've got 12 spots left. So if you want to claim one of those last bonus spots to get all of this, not just the red knockout scanner, you can get that today, but to get all these bonuses, including the green knockout, so that you can do this in up or down markets, go to markettaker.com/RKO right now and claim one of those last 11 bonus spots. There are 11 bonus spots left, and I'll welcome the other new people in just a second. Before then, I want to address some frequently asked questions. What if I can't install it properly? We send you literally step-by-step instructions, a video on exactly how to install it and how to use it. Is this time consuming? No, that's the whole point. I know you're busy. Many traders have a busy schedule. That's why I created this. I designed RKO so you can literally trade this system in about 60 seconds per trade. Okay, what if I can't figure it out? Well, you get a video tutorial plus hands-on training live every Friday morning in the weekly group coaching. What time is that weekly group coaching? It's live every Friday from 9 to 10 Central Time. That's 10 to 11 Eastern, 7 to 9 Pacific. The class is also recorded if that time is not convenient. Here's another question that I get. Sometimes people say, Dan, this is exactly what I've been looking for. I have a small account. I can see that I can trade some of these low dollar stocks or just trade the options. I can get great leverage. This is exactly what I need to grow my small account. But the problem is I don't have $997 laying around. Is there a way to finance this? And that answer is yes. We have a deal with PayPal to offer you both PayPal as a payment option and PayPal credit so that you can lock in the red knockout today when you check out using PayPal and just simply choose PayPal credit. How do you do it? Same way. Go to markettaker.com/RKO and click the PayPal button and just choose PayPal credit. Okay, what other questions can I answer to help you make the decision to come and join us today? What other questions can I answer to help you make the decision of whether or not this is a good fit and to come and join us and start trading the red knockout today? Valerie, okay, yes. Valerie says, is this a one-time investment? Yes, this is a one-time investment. You can renew a year from now. This is good for a full year. You're able to renew a year from now, but you don't have to. But one of the advantages of joining now with this deal and also renewing that's not listed here, I mentioned it, but it's not listed here, is that every time, like we have a research team, and every time me or the research team improves upon the red knockout and the green knockout, you're going to get that new code automatically so that you have the most up-to-date version of this. And that's why people renew, that's why people do this, but this is valid for a full year. So go right now to markettaker.com/RKO right now. Welcome Rob, welcome Ivan, welcome Ellen, welcome Troy, welcome Megumi. Welcome and congratulations. Nice work. Nice work stepping up and moving forward today. What other questions can I answer to help you make the decision to come and join us right now and start using the RKO trading system? Just pop your question in the questions box. I want to see it. I want to know. Abe says, does this work on Thinkorswim? Yes. So when you join, you automatically get, it's called ThinkScript, and it's a code that you just simply cut and paste into Thinkorswim. We have a video and a PDF that literally shows you exactly how to do it. Very, very simple. And when you do, like all this, like you can just scan on Thinkorswim or many of the other systems, and this pops up right there on your chart on Thinkorswim. What are the other ones? All of these things. Oh my goodness, yeah. This works on Thinkorswim, NinjaTrader, TradeStation, TradingView, MetaStock, wealth charts, across the board. I mean, basically any platform that you're using, this is going to work on. What other questions can I answer to help you make the decision to come and join us? How many spots are left? There are 5 spots left. Go to markettaker.com right now and claim one of those last 5 spots before they're gone so that you can get not just the RKO scanner, so that you can scan and get the top trades every single day. But also the RKO Accelerator video course. That is going to come complimentary today because we want you to get up and running fast with this, right? We don't want you to have to go through some big long course. We want you to get up and running fast, watch a couple videos, and start using it right now today to start getting those results. We're also going to give you hands-on training. This is for a full year as well of weekly group coaching. This is every single Friday after the market a half hour after the market opens. We're going to go for 1 hour, and you're going to be trained by the best in the world. This is John Kamisic. He's a former Goldman Sachs guy, First Options of Chicago, traded for a hedge fund. He is exactly the person that you want to listen to every day. And he's not just going to give you training on RKO. He's going to give you training on the Greeks. He's going to give you training on indicators. He's going to give you training on trade management. He's going to give you trades every single week on Friday, that hands-on training that moves the needle, that takes you from where you are as a trader right now to where you know that you can be, to where you know you need to be as a trader. Great questions. What other questions can I answer to help you make the decision to come and join it? And well, I just want to welcome and congratulations to Steve from Phoenix, Arizona. Nice job, stepping up, moving forward, investing in yourself today. I mean, look, everyone here invested in themselves today. You invested time. Time's your most valuable asset. But everyone else who just took that next step, that next investment, so that we can make this super easy for you. I mean, look, you can spend 80 hours a day, if there were 80 hours a day, to go through 6,000 stocks if you don't take a lunch break, and if there were 80 hours in a day. Otherwise, you just miss opportunities. These have to be scanned for. They have to be. I've tried it manually on my own. I couldn't do it. That's why I created this. You are now able to use this, but originally I didn't create this for you. I created this for me. But when I saw how it works, and I had people asking me about momentum trades, so I decided that I would share this with you. And so just go to markettaker.com/RKO, and all the time and money that I and my research team put into this, running all the tests, running all the programs and the algorithms that came up with this system, all the time and money that I invested, it is yours today. By going to markettaker.com/RKO, boom, go. So again, thank you and welcome for all those of you who did invest in yourself today. There's nothing that I like seeing more than traders who want it. Like, you can come and show up and watch some online webinar and say, okay, well, that's great. Now I'm going to go back and watch TV, right? It doesn't do you any good unless you're able to put to use what you learned in this training. I literally shared with you every single step on how to do this. And I wish someone could do this manually without having to scan for it. I wish I could, but can't. You can't. No one can. It's not possible. So that's why I created the scanner and the accelerated video course on how to use it, and the weekly group coaching with the hands-on training, and the watch list, so that you can just click a button and see, oh, these are the ones that Dan and John like. And the RKO indicator right there on your chart, where you can just set the haircut and it populates, oh, if the stock goes here, exit the trade. So easy. And the green knockout, so that you can do it in any market condition. So those of you who did step up and invest in yourself, Aaron and Theo and Georgia and Bill and everybody, welcome, congratulations. I love that. You've made a great decision for yourself, and you should be proud, and you should keep moving forward. It's moving forward in any endeavor, not just trading, that makes you great and successful. So welcome and congratulations.